practice went good today. Just mostly walkthroughs, trying to, freshen up everybody's legs and let everybody's bodies kind of get back underneath them, so we can go into the game fresh. So more of a mental day, and it was a really good day. I think we, got accomplished what we needed to get accomplished to go out and play well on Saturday.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance there this weekend. Just talk about how you was just able to keep things simple and just go ahead and give the passes to the playmakers and let them do the rest.
Yeah, I mean, you said it best right there. I mean, that's all it was. That's the quarterback's job, just to get the ball to the playmakers. And Shane called a good game, and I felt comfortable out there, was seeing what I needed to see and making quick, decisive decisions and putting the ball where it needed to be to let them run after the catch. So that's what it comes down to. That's the building block moving forward. But yeah, it was good to get back out there and get out there with the guys and let them make plays.
Quinten, Kyle Nash with the 3-point conversion. Good to talk to you here for the first time personally here. But I know obviously the goal is to get the W. But how much of an uplift was it to have a performance where you put up more points than you had all season? Is that kind of a lift during practice, or how's that helping out, if at all?
Yeah, I think so. I think that like I said, it's a huge building block. Obviously, we're not there yet because the point of the game is to come out with more points than the opponent. But it's definitely a building block. We know we can do it now. I think that's kind of what you can build on. We know we got the guys in the locker room. We know we got good coaches that are going to put us in positions to go make plays. So, as the quarterback, that's my job now to, make sure that we're paying attention to details, holding each other accountable, moving forward and just going out and having fun and making plays. Football is football. That's kind of the message. Let's get back to having fun.
So Quinten, to kind of follow up with that, you're talking about taking care of business and the details and things like that. You were not the only quarterback to take snaps, obviously, in the game, but you came out, delivered 88% on 25 throws. You hit Corey Latimer for the highest receiving yards in the league as a tight end, by the way, highest point total. We talked about all that. And this is after spending some time away. You come in and light it up the way you did. From your perspective, what does it say about your group and your locker room that was able to take place? And what was kind of the key to get acclimated to come out and take care of business like that?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot about the guys in the locker room. Be able to put, the last couple of weeks behind us and, go out and play together and, go make plays for each other, to put us in a position to, have it come down to the last drive. Ultimately, we didn't do what we needed to do to go down and at least get a field goal. But, to have the guys, rally around me when I did get in there and go make plays, that's huge. It's a huge compliment to them. And, obviously I'm appreciative of that, going through mentally kind of what I went through the last couple of weeks. It wasn't the easiest, but as far as getting acclimated, I mean, they made my job really easy. Like I said, in the first question, it was just, getting back out there and making sure that I'm seeing what I need to see and going through my reads and putting the ball where it needed to be. I mean, we had guys running wide open on a lot of the throws. And when they weren't wide open, they were going up and making contested catches. And that's what you want as a quarterback. And that's, why my completion percentage was the way it was. So a lot of credit to those guys. And, the guys up front kept me clean. I think I hit the ground maybe twice, which is, I'll take that any day. So, they rallied behind me and we went out and played, and hopefully, we can build on that going into this weekend and come out with a win at home. So.
Hi, Quinten. Jeff Barnes from Team of BS Media. This week, you guys faced Seattle, who's one of the toughest opponents on the other side of the bracket there. They were able to knock off Houston for the first time. You guys are going to face a tough challenge defensively. How do you plan on getting a big start early, something this team is not accustomed to, in order to try and get that first W? One of the things you've done is you've been fighting from behind a lot. You haven't had that big start to get a big lead early. How do you plan on doing that this week?
Yeah, I think it comes down to executing situational football. Staying on the field on third down, getting first downs, and not going 3 and out and putting our defense in tough situations. I think, that's kind of been the theme of the year for us, is just our defense is on the field way too much. And I think, that kind of goes back to the way that coaches kind of restructured practice and trying to get guys' legs back and get their bodies back so that we can go out and play at a high level, like we know we're capable of. And I think, that this past weekend was just a glimpse, of what we had and what we can do. So I think, going forward, getting our legs back and getting everyone healthy and taking mental days and paying attention to the details, because that's what games come down to is the details at the end of the game. It may come down to the last drive. So I think that's kind of what we're focusing on going into the game, and then just going out and staying on the field as much as we can and scoring points and touchdowns more than field goals. So.
Yeah, and this one's a tougher question. Just so the people who are fans or people who don't know, can you kind of clear the air on the situation you were involved in while you weren't with the team, so that we can kind of get that off the table?
Yeah. I don't want to speak on it too much, just because there was basically the league had a full investigation done on, some accusations that I had given away plays to another team, which is just ridiculous. But, the league did their investigation and, found what I knew they were going to find, which was nothing. So, back on the team now and just trying to help us get a win, so that we can, start stacking some wins here in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and to that point, it's so refreshing that you were actually one of the only quarterbacks that the Coach Buckley said performed and did their job well. What does it say to you that you was able to come in and do your job effectively and get this team in a position to win a game?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. That's what you want as a quarterback. You want people having your back, especially when times are tough. So, I mean, I'm appreciative of that. I'm appreciative of everyone, the coaching staff, the front office, everyone involved in this organization, our team organization, as well as the whole XFL, handling it the way they did. Obviously, it was a tough situation, but we are where we are, and we've got it behind us, and we're moving forward. And at that, we have something to build off of for sure. We put up the points that we know we can put up, and hopefully we can put up more this weekend and come out with a win, because Seattle's good on offense and they got a really solid defense. So it's going to take us being disciplined and paying attention to the details and coming out and starting fast and letting our defense, get us some stops, and hopefully, at the end of the game, we got more points than they do.
Quinten, there's a lot of conventional wisdom that a multi-quarterback system, air quotes, is something that only ever leads to disaster. But if you look at your quarterback room, between you, Paxton, the other Quinten, and Quinten Flowers, of course, and DeAndre Francois, you have a very interesting set of skill sets. Everybody has a particular set of skills to get Liam Neeson in here, right? Can you kind of explain or walk through, what advantages that gives you as a group?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're seeing it kind of around the league too. It seems like everyone kind of has their, I guess, what they're good at and their skill set, like you said, and each team is kind of playing to those players' skill sets differently. So, I mean, I think everyone kind of knows what our skill sets are, and I think to that point, the coaches have done a good job of getting packages and plays and stuff like that in for each player to go out and be able to execute, at the highest level for their skill set. I mean, we're all, like you said, different players. I'm someone who's going to sit in the pocket as much as I can and then use my legs as, an escape. I'm not someone who's going to, take off from the start. And not saying any of the other guys are, but I'm, not the most mobile in our quarterback room, that's for sure. And I think, especially on, when you get down in the red zone and get down for the 2-point, 3-point plays, that's where it gets tough. And you can get kind of creative. So I think that's, like you saw in the game with Quinten going in down there for those extra points. I think that's a good utilization of our quarterback skill set in our quarterback room.
And speaking of skill set, you seem to be the most daring passer of the group. Everybody else has had those conservative moments. You're one that's going to fit those balls in the tight windows, give your guy a chance on a 50-50 ball. Do you think that's the reason why, when you've played in that first game where you came in relief for Paxton, and this game where you had the most of the snaps, that's why you've had so much success, because you've been willing to make those throws that guys have not been willing to make?
Yeah, I certainly don't think that hurts. I think it really just goes back to, I'm comfortable with my skill set. I know what I can do. I know I can fit balls in tight windows, and that you got to be able to judge that in a split second when you're on the field. So you got to be comfortable with throwing balls in tight windows and letting your guys make plays. There are definitely throws in the game where you throw it and you're like, oh, yeah, okay, we caught it. And that's what you want. You want your guys in those moments to go make those plays. And they don't have to make all of them, but you want them to make majority of them. And I think that, our receiving, our tight end core, is making those plays right now. So that's encouraging for me as a quarterback. And that gives me more confidence to throw them 50-50 balls or throw tight window throws. And they don't have to be wide open, to throw them the ball, because, they're going to go up and make a play. So I think that helps, and being able to run the ball, like we did. We ran it effectively enough to open up throwing lanes. I don't think we've, reached our full potential as far as run game goes, but we're getting close, and we keep putting pressure on them like that. And one's going to pop, and then our offense is going to take off from there.
Time for a couple more here, guys.
Sure. Obviously, as the quarterback, Quinten, you play against the defense in practice all the time. I would be really remiss to not at least get your point of view with the defense. What is it kind of their strengths that they have, and what are some things that you like when you battle against the defense there in practice?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the biggest thing is they're flying around, they fly to the ball. And that's the sign of a good defense. I don't know, their calls and that kind of thing. I don't know if there's miscommunication on anything or things along those lines, but I mean, they play hard. And I think as far as practice, they look great in practice. I think then we get to the game that we're just gassing them out. Too many 3-and-outs and stuff like that. So they're just gassed. Which, I mean, that's any defense. You see that in the league all the time. I mean, that's why time of possession is so big. Even if you're putting up points, but you're scoring on first, second play. I mean, sometimes you go into a drive thinking, hey, let's try to, chunk this out, not scoring a play or go 3-and-out, and that let's try to give our defense a break. I think that's the biggest thing. So, that's definitely in my mind. Let's, if we can put together 8 to 10 play drives, and give our defense a little bit of time to rest, that I think that'll help moving forward. So I'm hoping that, going into this weekend, that's something that we can do, and running the ball effectively will help that. So we'll see, how we fare on Saturday, but that's kind of the goal, I think, moving forward is put some drives together, give our defense a break, and let them, go out there fresh. So.
Yeah, in all intents and purposes, you're going to be, from what I could tell, the starter. Is your mindset going to be any different, being that you might have to come in to start the game as opposed to coming in later on in the game?
No different for me. I've prepared since my drive down here. Really since they, drafted me, that I was coming in to be the starter. Whether that happened or not, obviously it didn't happen to start the season. But my mindset is always, I'm going to go out, play the best of my ability whenever I do get my chance, and stay ready and prepare as the starter. Because I think that's what's helped me go out and perform the way that I have, is just preparing and cutting out the noise, cutting out all that stuff, and just going out there and doing my job and getting the ball to the playmakers. That's what it comes down to.
One more here, guys, and we got to let Quinten go.
Quinten, circumstances notwithstanding, what has this XFL experience meant to you, and what are you most looking forward to in the second half of the season?
The XFL's it's been a great opportunity, not only for me, but for all these players on every team. That's what we want. We all, have goals. I say all, maybe not everyone, but most all of us have goals to go to the next level. And this is just an opportunity to get some film and go out there and perform and have fun and be in a locker room, hang out with the guys. It's a unique situation, being in a hotel with the guys all the time, and that's built some good friendships and things like that. But it's meant everything to me. Obviously moving forward, the goal is to go out and get some wins and have more fun than we've had the first half, just chipping away, trying to get a win. Hopefully, this second half of the season, we can turn it around and look like a different team and put points on the board and go out there and have fun. That's what it comes down to. Football is football. Everybody, runs the same plays for the most part, different terminology, things like that. But just going out there, having fun, playing football. We all love this, or we wouldn't be doing it, because, it's a grind for 5 or 6 months here. But that's kind of the goal moving forward. Just go out, have fun. Let's win some games in the meantime.
Awesome. Quinten, thank you very much for your time, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Quinten. Great to meet
Quinten,
you.
best wishes to you this weekend.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Good luck this week.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.